If you need to keep time on me, who knows what state is in store? If they all turn, will you run? If you need to keep time on me, if you need to keep time on me, when I need to, I'll keep time on you. Wide oceans roar, a frightened fool stokes heedless fire. But if you need to keep time on me, if you need to keep time on me, how could it all fall in one day? Were we too sure of the sun? If you need to keep time on me,
Well, that was If You Need to Keep Time on Me by the Fleet Foxes, and it was from their Crack Up album. Hello and welcome to this episode of Mixtape. In this episode we will be featuring songs of Fleet Foxes. They're a band that are very dear to me. They're a band that I've listened to for many years now, and you know, they're like every other artist I have featured on the show so far. They are a band I've listened to for many years and have loved. I will be bringing new artists to the table, to the show, when I get time to listen to them and listen to their albums properly and decide what songs I actually want to include in the show. Yeah, the Fleet Foxes are great. This song, If You Need to Keep Time on Me, is very interesting. I've read quite a lot of things about what people think that it means. Apparently on the liner notes of the album it says January 20th, 2017, and that was the inauguration date of Donald Trump. That's interesting because then that then relates to the line of how could it all fall in one day? Were we too sure of the sun? Basically, I read that like this: Trump getting elected was a scary moment. Even Clinton would have been scary as well. You know, I don't like either option really. I don't think either option would have been a shower of sunlight either way. Trump got elected and it was a discouraging moment to be an American. I'm not an American, obviously, but I could see how it could be discouraging. While this song was more than likely written from the perspective of friendship, and an older married friend of mine told me this, his personal interpretation of this song: in a biblical marriage, it is very rare that either spouse will be going through the same season of doubt at exactly the same time. If the husband is doubting, he can rely on his wife's faith. If the wife is doubting, she can rely on the husband's faith. It's not meant to be a total fix. Now, I'm not religious, but I'm trying to, explain. But in a moment of discouragement, That's what people do when they love each other. We lean on each other when we can't see the sunlight. Ultimately, to hold on to the hopeful truth of some kind of bigger meaning. At least that's what that's what my life looks like. Especially, I love the lyric. Wide oceans roar, a frightened fool stokes heedless fire. I read this as an appropriate commentary for all the roaring of social media during the election process in the United States, and the fire was constant and didn't seem to help anything. Of all the noise, very little of it had any real impact. So it was heedless, so I kind of relate that. And frightened fools were constantly voicing their opinion without giving much thought to what they were saying, and which is heedless. I think this is a beautiful song about lovingly supporting each other during dark days. So I believe it has a connection politically, and personally, I think it has a connection. It's an amazing song. I didn't know how to. I didn't know if I was gonna like the new the Crack Up album when it first came out, but the more I listened, the more I actually liked it, and I had to keep listening to it to really get a feel for it. It was an amazing album. It is an amazing album. Most of the songs that I'm including from Fleet Foxes, this is If You Need to Keep Time on Me is the only song from the new album that I'm including in this playlist, because I don't feel like I have enough. I guess I don't have enough knowledge of the songs yet to really speak about them, and that's why I haven't, like I said earlier, I haven't included newer artists, because I don't feel like I have enough knowledge to really include them, which is a shame. And I'm trying to learn more so I can include them. But the older songs that I've featured on every one of my shows, I've developed the theory over time after listening to them, so I hope you don't mind that. But the next song we're going to listen to is Blue Ridge Mountains, which is a beautiful song, such powerful imagery. I really like it. So yeah, Blue Ridge Mountains.
My brother, where do you intend to go tonight? I heard that you missed your connecting flight to the Blue Ridge Mountain over near Tennessee. You're ever welcome with me anytime you like. Let's drive to the countryside, leave behind some green-eyed lookalikes, so no one gets worried, no. So no one gets worried, no. But Sean, don't get careless, I'm sure it'll be fine. I love you, I love you, oh brother of mine. Our good child, even if you don't mind. In the quivering forest, where the shivering dog lives, our good grandfather built a wooden nest, and the river got frozen, and the home got snowy, and a yellow moon glowed bright till the morning light. Terrible in my child, even if you don't mind. No.
Wow, that was Blue Ridge Mountains by the Fleet Foxes, which was featured on their Fleet Foxes album. A great song, a beautiful song, like I said before, powerful imagery. I think this song is about a man who has a brother who he considers to be on the wrong track in life, in a way. The people who know him are all worried for him. He says, "I heard you missed your connecting flight to the Blue Ridge Mountains," possibly indicating the path his brother took was sudden and divergent from what others expected. The song addresses his brother, "You're welcome with me anytime you like." It would seem the other sibling wants his brother back so he could be set straight or helped. Or perhaps the sibling simply wants him back, metaphorically. For example, to return to how he once was. The chorus about the shivering forest, dog, wooden home their grandfather built, etc., seems to be a collection of images that I'm guessing reference an undeniable and shared past between the two brothers, to remind the one of who he is, to remind the brother that's lost his way in life of who he is, or at least used to be. It's a very beautiful song. I can't help but feel this about it. It's about, sibling love, that one really just wants to help the other, and it's gorgeous. It's hard to really, kind of, these songs are so abstract in a way. It's really hard to kind of, sorry, let me just move my mic. It's really hard to kind of make sense of them in a way, where, the imagery is just so wild sometimes that you kind of lose track of what the actual meaning is. But that's my theory anyway. The next song that we're going to listen to is Ragged Wood, again from the Fleet Foxes album. A great song. So here it is, Ragged Wood.
Come down from the mountain, you have been gone too long. The spring is upon us, follow my only song. evening light, when the women of the woods came by to give to you the word of the old man. In the morning time, when the sparrow and the seagull fly, Jonathan and Evelyn get tired. Lie to me if you will. At the top of Beringer tell me anything you want. Any old lie will do. Call me back to you. Lie to me if you will. At the top of Beringer tell me anything you want. Any old lie will do. Call me back to you. 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 Back to you.
Well, that was that was Ragged Wood by Fleet Foxes. A really, really great emotional song. I have to say, I don't really have much of a theory on this song. I've never tried to, but you know, there are signs and there are hints in the song that it's primarily about a breakup, and the ragged wood could probably symbolize, you know, how fragile what was once what was once a strong relationship is now just reduced to rot, and it highlights the fragility of relationships and how, you know, one incident, one spell of bad weather could ruin everything. You know, it's a great song. You know, it's a song that I don't try to look too deep into, because I feel that if I did, I would probably melt down, have a breakdown. You know, but I really do enjoy it. I really enjoy the song, and I just listen to the song for what it is. It's beautiful musicianship. It's lovely. I just don't try to look into that song because I feel like I'd have a breakdown, because I think it could evoke poignant memories from me. And you know, I've read a lot of other people's theories as well, and listened to a lot of people who feel the same as me in that respect. I do like it, however, I try not to look too deeply into it. The next song we're going to listen to is a beautiful song, and it's the Tiger Mountain Peasant song by Fleet Foxes. Well, every song's by Fleet Foxes on this episode. But yeah, the Tiger Mountain Peasant song. I couldn't say that with much more jubilation if I tried, really, could I? Yeah, let's go.
Wanderers this morning came by. Where do they go? Graceful in the morning light, to banner fair, to follow you softly in the cold mountain air. Through the forest down to your grave, where the birds wait and the tall grasses wave. They do not know you anymore. Dear shadow alive and well, how can the body die? You tell me everything, anything true. Into town one morning I went, staggering through premonitions of my death. I don't see anybody that dear to me. Dear shadow alive and well, how can the body die? You tell me everything, anything true. Jesse, I don't know what I have done. I'm turning myself to a demon. I don't know what I have done. I'm turning myself to a demon.
That's an interesting song to me because sorry, let me get myself comfortable. That's an interesting song for me because I see two different points of view in this song. And not a lot of people agree with that, but I see two different points of view in the sense that one of the points of view that I see is I think this song describes the experience of grief. He sees the wanderers and the birds and the grass, but none of them knows his lost loved one anymore. He still knows her and feels her with him. He is scared of his own death, but there is really no one close enough to him to bind him to life anymore. Even at the end, when he says he is turning himself into a demon, I think it refers to letting himself go mad with grief. You know, he's missing her so much that he's going absolutely insane. The other theory I have, which is again quite dark, the song is about, to me, it could be about murder. You know, the protagonist observes a search party making their way along the mountain ridge and back into town in the early morning hours, and seeking the dearly departed, they do not find the body, but the killer protagonist regrets his terrible act and considers the victim's relationship to the landscape and culture of the region. Jesse is a particularly like ambiguous and asexual name. It can mean, it can be a name for a girl or a boy. It's masculine and feminine at the same time. It can refer um, either to a friend or a lover. The killer is haunted by the spirit of the victim and finds it increasingly difficult to ignore what they have done. They have taken the life of a kindred spirit and mentor and are lost, without their guidance. That's what I think, and that's something I've read about as well. A lot of people feel like that, but those are my thoughts, probably in a nutshell, about the song. It's an interesting song, to say the least. But the next song we're going to listen to is one that I haven't really... The next two songs are songs that I haven't really listened to that much. The next song is Your Protector, so let's get that going. Your Protector.
She left a week to roam. Your protector's coming home. Keep your secrets with you, girl, safe from the outside world. You walk along the stream, your head caught in a waking dream. Your protector's coming home, coming home. As you lay to die beside me, baby, on the morning that you came, would you wait for me? The other one would wait for me. As you to die beside me, baby, on the morning that you came. Would you wait for me? The other one would wait for me. You run with the devil. You run with the devil. Tell your brother to be good. Tell your sister not to go. Tell your mother not to wait. Tell your father I was good. As you lay to die beside me, baby, on the morning that you came, would you wait for me? The other one would wait for me.
was a beautiful song, and that was You're Protector by the Fleet Foxes. A great song which I have a theory about, like every other song, and it's a theory that is shared by other people, that it's about a resistance fighter, told from the viewpoint of his lover who has a premonition of his death. The girl and her family are living under an occupation but are sympathetic to the resistance, hence the need to keep your secrets with you, safe from the outside world. And you run with the devil. In the dream, she is there with him when he is killed. The resistance fighter tells her what she needs to tell her various family members. For example, tell your sisters not to go looking for me. Tell your mother not to wait for me. Tell your father I was good. Something in that vein, of fighting for good and losing your life. Oops, sorry, just hit the mic. But she's gone to look for him. She's left a week to roam, and the resistance fighter is coming home to her as a dream since he can't come back physically, and telling her to go home. So yeah, it's a very sad song. A lot of Fleet Foxes songs are sad inherently and have a lot of meaning and are very meaningful. They're not shallow. They are good, really wholesome songs, and I like them. There's a story to most songs that they, if not every song that they release. I really do enjoy their songs. The next song we're going to listen to is, again, another song I haven't really listened to, and this is English House, but I liked it because it's actually the Basement demo version of English House, so I think we should listen to English House, don't you? Yeah, I think we should listen to English House. Let's go.
Back through the door you flew, so
was English House by Fleet Foxes. I'm not going to talk too much about this song. However, I was listening to this from an English house, so I feel I feel I can relate to the song. The only thing I will say about it actually is it's kind of got like, and I might get crucified for this, and I'm sorry. I know I posted this to Reddit, the Fleet Foxes fan group there. Oh, feedback. Sorry. I posted it to the Fleet Foxes like fan subreddit on Reddit, and it was. No, I might get crucified for this, as I've said, but I've had this weird kind of like. I can relate it to the Peach Boys in a kind of way. It has like a kind of sound, maybe like a pet sound kind of like thing, and it's quite weird. It kind of fucks me really when I think about it. I don't know how I came to that conclusion. If anyone else has that kind of feeling from English House, especially the basement edition of English House, please do let me know in the comment section, because I don't want to feel like I'm going absolutely fucking insane. So yeah, that was English House. The next song is probably my second favorite Fleet Foxes song. It's a song that I feel has a lot of meaning. It's not such a long song. It's only around 2 minutes 27, I think. And it is White Winter Hymnal, a song that I absolutely love. So let's listen to White Winter Hymnal. White Winter Hymnal? Yeah, White Winter Hymnal. Slowly does it.
Was following the eye, 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 was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats, to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. I was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats, to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in summertime. Was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats, to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in summertime.
White Winter Hymnal by Fleet Foxes, and it's such a gorgeous song, almost hypnotic actually. I think it's really hypnotic. But I can't quite figure out what this song means, and it's been bothering me for such a long time. I thought that re-listening to it again would make me jog some memories, but I do have a theory, nevertheless, about what I think that this song is about. From what I can gather, it's somehow about the death of innocence, or at least the death of some kind. The pack sounds like children, from the fact that they were swallowed in their coats, and it seems like it'd be cold. The title suggested it would be cold, and little heads, although Swallowed sounds quite sinister, as if their clothes were eating them, as does tied around their throats. This makes me think of a noose more than a scarf. The noose idea is probably supported by the fact that if it weren't for these, their heads would fall in the snow. Although I guess then the scarves could be somehow keeping them alive. I don't know. I'm not sure what the next couple of lines refer to, but the image of Michael falling, then turning white snow red, says to me he's bleeding on the ground. What surprises me is there is an image of strawberries in the summertime, which actually evokes quite powerful but positive imagery, which I don't really think fits into this song. If the imagery like makes Michael's bleeding seems quite positive, but I don't know. That's my theory. If any of you have a different theory or a better theory, which you probably will do, can you please just comment on the video and just let me know, because I need to be put out of my misery on this one, because I've been rolling it around my head over and over again for years, for over 10 years pretty much, since the song came out. But I haven't thought about it, in a long time, but now it's just tormenting me. So yeah, please just let me know what you think in the comment section. Thanks. The next song is Someone You'd Admire. That's a good song, I think. Someone You'd Admire.
After all is said and done, I feel the same. All that I hoped would change within me stayed. Like a huddled moonlit exile on the shore, warm in his hands 1,000 years ago. I walk with others in me, yearning to get out. Claw at my skin and gnash their teeth and shout. One of them wants only to be someone you admire. One would as soon just throw you on the fire. After all is said and after all is done, God only knows which of them I'll become.
Well, that was another great song by Fleet Foxes, Someone You'd Admire. I think this has something to do with Pecknold's own social anxiety, meaning that he thinks that I think that he has potentially. He's not as sure of his own talents. He thinks he's a bad person, which he isn't. But he thinks that he is a bad person, and that maybe the song says that maybe he shouldn't be someone that you admire. That's the only thing I can really think about that. It's very basic. I'm sorry. Oh, excuse me, allergies. Excuse me. Yeah, it's. I think these songs. This song kind of says is his way of saying that he shouldn't be someone that you look up to for whatever reason. I don't know, but that's really all I can really say about that. It is a beautiful song, and I couldn't recommend it enough. However, we're going to go straight into the next song, and this is my favourite Fleet Foxes song, and this is Mykonos.
Brother, you don't need to turn me away. I was waiting down at the ancient gate. You go wherever you go today. You go today. I remember how they took you down as the winter turned the meadow brown. You go wherever you go today. You go today. When I'm walking, brother, don't you forget. It ain't often that you'll ever find a friend. You go wherever you go today. You go today. You go wherever you go today. You go
Wow, that's a beautiful song. My favourite Fleet Foxes song, and that was Mykonos. a great song, which I think is a song about drug addiction and friendship gone sour. Hear me out. The first verse describes an argument ending with the friends storming out. The second verse suggests the snow-tipped pines, i.e., arguments and rationalizations of the friend, are weak, and they are hatched from the seed of a thin mind, meaning one addled by drugs or potentially mental illness. I don't know. And the third verse says that it doesn't have to be this way. I don't know what the ancient gate refers to, but I'm guessing it's some sort of metaphor for forgiveness, possibly a call to go back to the old times when there was no problem between them. Fourth verse, not sure, but I think the took you down line means the friend had to be forced into treatment. The meadow is probably a metaphor of their friendship, while also knowing the time of year all this took place. The fifth verse is pretty self-explanatory, basically saying the singer's friendship shouldn't be rejected just because of what happened. I think the lyrics are supposed to be out walking or a walking, though I walking doesn't really make any sense. The first chorus is saying that after all the arguments, interventions, etc., the friend will now go to Mykonos, a metaphor for a rehab centre, which are often located in quiet, secluded places. The singer is hoping that the gentle coast and the sun will help get rid of the shadows, which is great imagery. Don't think I need to comment too much on the meaning. The second chorus is brilliantly simple. The singer is telling the friend he should accept what is happening and not fight it. In other words, he is going where he needs to be, going. The "you go today" is reminiscent of something said during an intervention, where a trip to rehab can be sprung on the addict just out of the blue. I think the singer is also saying that he is done with this now. The friend will go wherever, and the singer can't be bothered cleaning up his messes anymore. Yeah, it's great. I didn't expect to say that much, so sorry. But that's what I think. It's a bit of a far out view, but that's the only rational explanation I can come up with. And that also was the penultimate song of the episode. We are now going on to the last song, but I'm going to sign off now and leave you with this beautiful song, which is Helpessness Blues. Thanks for listening, guys. It is so much appreciated. I cannot thank you enough for listening and giving me some time to just share how I feel about songs and how I feel about music in general. Yeah, thank you. And remember to hit the subscribe button. I can't say anything today. It's weird. My mouth just doesn't work. It's not working in correlation with my brain. But yeah, remember to hit the subscribe button for more great regular content. I will post as much as I can. Honestly, I will post 3 or 4 videos a day sometimes. That's the type of person I am. I love working on projects like this, and it can only be made possible if people are actually listening to me. So yeah, subscribe, please do. So this is Helpessness Blues, and once again, thanks for watching.
I was raised up believing I was somehow unique, like a snowflake, distinct among snowflakes, unique in each way you can see. And now after some thinking, I'd say I'd rather be a functioning cog in some great machinery, serving something beyond me. But I don't know what that will be. I'll get back to you someday soon. You will see. What's my name? What's my station? Oh, just tell me what I should do. I don't need to be kind to the armies of night that would do such injustice to you, or bow down and take all that you see. To the men who move on me in dimly lit halls and determine my future for me. And I don't know who to believe. I'll get back to you someday soon. You will see. If I know only one thing, it's that everything that I see of the world outside is so inconceivable. Often I barely can speak. Yeah, I'm tongue-tied and dizzy, and I can't keep it to myself. What good is it to sing helplessness blues? Why should I wait for